Hello? Hello? Can anyone out there hear me? This is Robert Scott over with the Big Bear Tourism Board, and if you can hear my voice, it's very important that you listen carefully to this message. I know this is extremely scary for all of us. It's been 10 days since the sun went out, 5 days since they came. We're all cold, tired, and hungry, but please, for your own safety and survival, it is imperative that you listen to these following words. Whatever you do not...
Welcome to Big Bear Lake, the premier Southern California tourism destination for skiing, fishing, hiking, mountain biking, and so much more. In this video, we'll provide information about dining, lodging, special events, and of course, family fun. We'll also discuss weather reports, what to do if facing harsh conditions, and in the unlikely event of an emergency, our trained and friendly staff will ensure a safe and smooth procedure for you and your loved ones. Now get out there, grab your skis, and prepare for the experience of your life.
Hello and welcome back to 10 Candles. We are about, I'd say, halfway through the show. As the candles burn out, the pace becomes much faster. So our heroes so far have 7 candles left. Each time they try to make a check, they're going to roll number of dice equal to the number of candles left. 6s, if they roll any 6s, they succeed. If they roll any 1s, those dice are taken away until we burn out a candle, at which point they're given back to them. Now that some candles are blown out, I get to have some fun and I get to roll some dice too. If I roll more 6s than them, even if they succeed, I get to keep narrative control, which, I may or may not be nice when I do that. So, story so far, we have our 4 survivors who have been staying at the Llewellyn Lodge in Big Bear Lake. It's been 10 days since the world has gone dark and 5 days since they came. Our heroes have been holed up so far with Geraldine and Carl Llewellyn, the owners of the establishment, and they've recently come across these flying demonic creatures that take cover in the darkness and kind of fly around and stuff. One of these creatures attacked and greatly wounded Carl, so he's been taking bed rest since then. The rest of the heroes have managed to contact someone via CB radio named Thomas, who lives across the lake in a nearby mansion lodge. Thomas has offered them shelter, food, safety with other survivors, just about anything that they could need or want to get through. The heroes have decided to take some snow buggies to this other location. They had 2 options. They could either go around the lake in an 8-mile trek or directly across, because it's an unseasonably freezing cold summer ever since the sun has gone out, and so it's very possible that lake has been frozen over. So our heroes have gathered up their supplies and they are preparing to make this trek over toward the nearby lodge. They have decided before they do so, though, that they're leaving Carl and Geraldine behind, and they have decided that they are going to record something to let them know what's going on, where they're going. It's kind of like their goodbye message. And we're going to go ahead and begin recording that now. So we're going to start with Nick, and then Courtney, and then Amanda, and then Kevin. Each of you is going to record in character your message that you play on this old tape recorder. Nick, go ahead. Or should I say Jimmy Danger?
Carl, Geraldine, I can't begin to thank you for giving us shelter for this long. I know you may be mad at me, but the audience demands it. Sorry it had to be this way.
Barbara.
Carl and Geraldine, I don't understand why you decided not to come visit us and come with us to this other place. I mean, Thomas is your friend. Well, if you ever make the decision to come visit and come by, we will be there. So hopefully we see each other on the other side. Thanks, guys.
Willow.
Carl, Geraldine, I don't have a great feeling about where we're going. And I wish you guys were coming with us. But come and find us when Carl gets to feeling better. We're across the lake at Thomas's cabin.
And Benji.
Carl and Geraldine. I want to figure out what these monsters are. But it's okay. I wonder if we'll see them on the way there. I hope you have a speedy recovery and we can figure out what to do with those wounds. And you know what? If we go to Thomas's and we find that we can come get you guys, we'll try.
Let me ask, is there anything anyone wants to do before heading off?
My moment is to find a makeup bag somewhere in this place. So I'm going to also try for mine.
Okay.
Because I don't know if we're going to make it to Thomas's place. All right. So, hope for it. It's a normal roll, right?
This is a normal roll. If you succeed, you get, for the rest of the game, to roll a hope die, meaning you get to roll one more die with everyone else that succeeds on a 5 or a 6 instead of just a 6. If you fail, your moment is gone forever and you will never get a chance to try to find hope again.
YOLO it out.
And I do not roll any successes. You have full narrative control.
All right. So Barbara, she goes into one of the rooms and happens to find a whole glamorization type of system. And she's like, oh my gosh, Geraldine, she's been hiding stuff. Oh my goodness. So she grabs all the lipsticks and she gets all the blush and she tries to make up her face before she goes out because of course, she has to look good because Jimmy's still recording. So she has to look good for the camera. So she packs a couple of things. She takes a couple of the shells from the shotgun out of her bag so she can make sure she has enough room for the makeup. And yeah, there you go.
It was Carl's makeup.
I love Benji's face, just like. All right. So yeah, you succeed. You have now your hope die. You all are going to attempt to leave the cabin and go to the frozen lake to see if it's a shortcut that is available to you or not. So let's make a check as you all go out to see how these snow buggies are looking. Who would like to do that?
I can.
All right, Willow. You step outside and you walk across to the opposite side of the lodge where the snow buggies were kind of all lined up. Make a roll and we'll see what happens.
No whammies. Let's go.
3 successes. So go ahead and narrate the success with the snow buggies.
So before we leave, I leave the shotgun I've been carrying for Geraldine and Carl because we still have 2 and I don't want to leave them without anything because I still don't feel great about leaving them in the first place. But we go out to get the buggies down, pretty successful, nothing really happens. We get them down. They all seem to be running fine. They're a little loud. So I know that Jimmy was trying to be quiet, but we are being kind of loud getting them started. But we're able to get them all started and loaded up, no problem.
Great. Yeah. So you have all loaded on to the snow buggies and make your way down the mountainside. Who's leading the way?
I'll lead the way since I know Big Bear like the back of my head.
Okay, Benji. Going through the woods before you make it to the lake, this might be your last chance to see wildlife inside of these woods before, like, you get locked back up into another cabin for who knows how long. Do you want to use your moment to try to gain
Yes,
time?
actually. I do want to try.
So this is going to be both for navigating through the forest and once you get to the lake. Go ahead and make your normal roll.
Come on.
Oh no!
No.
So you can burn your vice if you want to try to reroll the 1 die.
Go for it.
Do
All
it.
right, I go for it. What's the worst?
What is your vice?
It is envy.
Okay, describe how envy factors into this situation as you burn your vice.
So as we are leaving the cabins, I'm thinking about how happy Barbara was to find her makeup bag, and I know that's all she's been wanting this whole time, and it's just eating me up inside, the fact that she was able to get that moment for herself. And I'm just so eager to see just any type of wildlife, especially the bear with the cubs walking right. And that's all I want.
All right, please roll your hope die, or not your hope die. Please roll a re-roll.
Reroll.
You get 1 die.
No.
And with that, all right, we're going to shortly extinguish a candle. But I will say, you begin buzzing through the woods when nearby you hear some rustling leaves. And so you kind of stop your vehicle and signal for the others to stop too. And everyone stops, and you kind of turn the headlights toward the sound of rustling bushes. And you see kind of a humanoid figure with about 10 extended legs, and it is chewing on something very large on the forest ground. And you look and you see that it is a black bear that this thing is devouring before it looks up at you and smiles. What do you do?
Let's get out of here, guys. Let's jet.
All right, Benji. Give me one. Oh wait, we have to extinguish the candle and then
Our
we can
truce.
establish truths. All right, so we lost 1 candle. Benji, we're gonna start with you with the first truth. These things are true. The world is dark.
One of the buggies has transmission problems.
So this is my truth. You hear the sounds of approaching footsteps, sounding almost like an army of people. But it's not an army of people. It's 2 more of these insect-looking things that step into the headlights. Jimmy Danger, what's your truth?
My truth is Geraldine is after us for what we did, for what I did.
Barbara?
Barbara is a Olympic marksman in archery.
And Willow?
The people in the cabin we're headed to are not to be trusted.
And the final truth. 1, 2, 3. And we are alive.
We are alive.
Best one yet, guys. Good job. All right.
We did it.
So, you now have 3 of these kind of tarantula humanoid 10-legged things.
So what's the face like? Is it a human face?
So like it kind of juts out, and it does have a torso. So, but it's I wouldn't say a human face, because it looks like this thing has like no eyes. It just has empty black sockets where the eyes should be. And it's covered from head to toe with these quillish barbs. Like, think like almost porcupine-ish. And when it smiles, you see not just one row of teeth, but several rows of needle-like teeth. That's what these things look like.
I don't like this.
So for clarification, there are two different creatures because one was flying and then these have legs.
These are different
At
from the
least-
ones you saw before.
Okay.
This is like an alien versus predator situation. They come to Earth to fight it out. Whoever wins, we lose.
It's a lose-lose situation.
As they begin approaching, guys, they're running out of time. What are you going to do?
Or it.
We're gonna
Running.
float.
Kick off.
Okay. Jimmy, you were the first one to say floor it. Go ahead and please roll me a check.
Okay.
Got this. We're gonna
Maybe
all
we'll
make
find
it.
out who has the transmission problem.
Not Jimmy, that's for sure.
Okay, so I did not roll any successes. You've lost 2 dice, but you have 3 successes. You can choose if you want to burn your vice to try to get 2 of those dice back, or you can stick with the results. And you get to keep your 6s, so it's going to stay a success regardless of if you reroll or not.
This seems like a good chance to use my vice, which is reckless.
Okay.
So Jimmy yells out, "Go!" And then he kind of like holds down the brake and the gas and like tries to kick snow up into the faces of these creatures to try to push them back a little bit and give us some more room to go.
All right, go ahead and roll your reroll.
Eat snow, bug a face. No.
All right, you gained 1 die back, but unfortunately, I get to keep 1. You do still have full narrative control as you peel out and do what you described. What happens?
Yeah, so we put some distance in between us and them and are now headed towards the lake. We hear we sort of yell out in anguish as we speed away.
You reach the lake after a few heart-rendering, terrifying moments of wondering if you're being chased. And you come up on the shoreline and you look out, and it does appear as though this lake is frozen over. It's been so cold without the sun for so many days that at this point, as was established by Barbara earlier, that a heavy snow begins to fall around you. What do you guys do?
I think it's been snowing for a while, guys. I think we should go across.
Yeah, we don't have time to go around with those things out there.
Let's go.
Do it.
Who's first across? Who's the first to take their snow buggy onto the lake?
Well, I would let Barbara go ahead and do it. She's the lightest anyways.
Okay, Barbara, make me a check. You do have your hope die, so this time, instead of rolling a normal roll, you get to roll with a hope die.
All right.
Wow.
Hope die comes in. So you have 2 successes. Go ahead and describe what happens as Barbara brings her snow buggy onto the ice.
She gets onto this ice, and because it is slippery, her buggy kind of spins a little bit, but then she gains control. And she yells back to everyone else, hurry up, let's go, gun it. And she goes and heads and crosses, but then the creatures are quickly encroaching on their
Oh my gosh. You're narrating a lot, but I like it. I like the fact that... All right. So, unfortunately, because of Barbara's narration, now you hear kind of the rustling sounds in the forest behind you as these 3 creatures break through and into the shoreline. It would probably be about a 20-minute walk across this ice on foot. Going in your snow buggy probably goes like, I don't know, 30 miles an hour. So it's probably only about like a 5-minute No, probably like a 3-minute or so drive across the buggy across the frozen lake. Who's next onto the ice?
Jimmy's staying in the back, so
I'm going next, guys.
Okay, and then Willow. All right.
Okay.
I asked who's next, and then I was going to ask who's next after that, because I was going to have the person in the back make the check. So, Jimmy, please, you're the last one behind as these bugs begin coming at you. Please roll me a normal check.
Ooh, we made it.
there we go.
You have 1 success. I have 3 successes, though.
Oh, wow.
Keep forgetting you get the dice.
Wow.
You
Oh,
take
no.
your snowmobile onto the ice, following behind the others, and you're gunning it. And as soon as you get on the ice, you hear kind of a disturbing sound, as it seems as though your buggy is beginning to fail a bit. And you kind of get the feeling that your transmission is bad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In fact,
I was going to do the same thing for my truth.
you're now just being carried by forward momentum as your snow buggy is sliding across the ice. But this momentum isn't going to carry you forever. Guys,
How far back are these creatures?
They come onto the ice and they begin skittering across, and they are having some difficulty navigating the ice. So they're trying to run, but they kind of like slip and fall. They're probably at this point about 100 feet back. They still seem like they're trying to get back up to their feet though and follow you.
Like a Bambi situation.
Yeah, Bambi on ice. This is exactly what I was picturing.
Scary, scary Bambi.
Yeah, like gross Bambi.
Arachnid
So-
Bambi.
I'm gonna try to take my Zippo that I've been, smoking with this whole time, and I'm gonna light it, and I'm gonna try to light this snowmobile on fire and then run.
You're on it, you know that.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like moths to a flame. They
Okay.
might go for it, and then an explosion when it hits the gas tank.
Okay, cool. So
Not bomb, right?
I like it.
there's something
He used
in...
to like make explosion videos when he was first starting his documentary.
Oh man,
car lots and stuff.
if Jimmy was around in the time of YouTube, he would have so many followers.
It's true.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this a little different because this is something extremely dangerous that Jimmy Danger is attempting. So there are things in 10 candles called dire rolls, where if you fail, not only are we blowing out a candle, but something very bad is going to happen to your character. So please go ahead and make me a normal check.
Here it goes. Oh, that's not good.
Mm-mm.
I can't remember. I think you already burned your vice or virtue with this group of candles. So
That's right.
unfortunately, these results are going to stand and you won't have a chance to re-roll. So you take your Zippo lighter and you kind of turn around and undo the gas cap, and you go to throw the Zippo lighter in as you try also at the same time to jump off, but it's like instant. The snow buggy just explodes in a fireball around you. You are pretty messed up, still alive, but you're badly burned. Second explosion for some reason. And you're going to need some kind of aid right now, as you're just the entire left side of your body is burnt to a crisp. Guys, you see the fireball explosion behind you, and you see Jimmy kind of laid out on the ice, and these creatures are still pretty far back, but they are being more careful at this point in time And so they're kind of beginning to get the groove, and like the longer that they have to try to navigate this ice, the better they get at it. And so they start off slow, but they're beginning to like speed up. What do you do?
Benji quickly makes a U-turn and says, "Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go save him."
I'm so sorry. That was a failure. We need to blow out a candle.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys got 5 left. All right.
Halfway through, guys.
Yeah. So
It really does speed up
Right.
as it goes.
you are in. You failed. So you go first as I say, these things are true. The world is dark.
The ice is starting to crack around the explosion.
Barbara.
The lights at Thomas's mansion, house, whatever, flicker off and on and go off.
Benji.
Geraldine is close, and she brought the shotgun.
And Willow.
These creatures are afraid of fire.
All right. You guys are in luck because we're at the last candle and I can't establish a truth. So, final truth in 1, 2, 3. And we are alive.
And we are alive.
A little worse that time. But it doesn't matter because we're alive. All right. Benji, I think you said you were about to do a U-turn and head on back.
Yep. Guys, I'm gonna go save him.
Okay. You begin heading your way back toward Jimmy Danger. Please make me a check.
All right.
Unfortunately, Benji does not have any hope die or any hope.
The
None.
one time I need this, give it to me. Oh my god.
My gosh,
Oh,
and there's not even
no.
any ones, so you can't re-roll.
Oh, wow.
I've had the worst luck with this lately.
So you reach out to try to grab Jimmy, and you miss, and you go flying past him directly toward these arachnid creatures. I'm going to go ahead and blow out a candle. Benji, it's your job to establish the first truth. As I say, these things are true. The world is dark.
There is a flare gun in my buggy.
Okay. These things have stopped approaching because of the fire. In fact, they've backed up a bit. Jimmy.
We've yet to see the more powerful third form that these creatures take.
Hey, Dragon Ball Z.
And final truth. And 1, 2, 3. And we are alive.
And we are alive.
You see Benji shooting forth toward these creatures. You see Jimmy Danger still splayed out, looking badly burned. Willow, Barbara, do you do anything?
Barbara is ahead of everyone, so she sees all the things that are happening. And she pulls out her rifle again and tries to hit the ice because fuel has spilled on the ice. So she's
Okay.
trying to get a spark. All
right. Go ahead and please make me a roll. You have your hope die. That's a failure. You do you do get to re-roll your hope die. If there's any die you would have wanted to roll, it would be the hope die. So you get one more chance, one roll with your hope die. If it's a 5 or 6, you still succeed. Please make me a re-roll. Just choose the re-roll option.
Oh.
Going down fast.
Barbara shoots the ice. The ice cracks beneath your feet, Barbara. And you are plunged and freezing cold temperatures. Blow out a candle now.
Watching Top Gun doesn't seem like such a bad thing anymore, you know?
We probably should have stayed there.
Will we ever see Thomas? Find out next episode.
Barbara, you rolled the failure. There's 3 candles left. You get to establish the first truth. Here we go. The world is dark, and these things are true.
Although Barbara falls into the water, she's actually at the edge of the lake and is able to stand up.
Okay. Willow.
Geraldine was at the ice when it cracked.
Still cracking, too.
Yeah. So now she is on cracking ice coming after us, like she had made it to us.
And final truth. In 1, 2, 3,
And
we are
Oh,
alive.
we're still alive.
You keep standing still, Nick.
I know.
You hear a woman's scream, and you turn and you look and you see Geraldine with these arachnid creatures beginning to swarm around her. And as that happens, Barbara, you're out of the water and safe. Jimmy, you're still in danger. Benji, you're going toward that direction. And Willow, what are you doing, Willow?
I kind of stopped as this all happened, and I've stopped. So my buggy is kind of turned around where I'm watching. I can see what's going on. But I don't have anything, right? Because I gave my shotgun away. So I yell for Benji to shoot the creatures with his flare gun, if he can. Try to help Geraldine.
What do you say, Benji?
You know what? I've been rolling bad, but I feel this one's gonna be the one.
This might be the one.
All right, guys. Ready? Yes!
Oh, we got a success! I got a
Oh.
success too, and unfortunately ties go toward me. So, Benji, you
Benji.
fire off, and these creatures just kind of fall back and hit the ice floor, and you see the ice crack more, and Geraldine steps forward, looks at you, says, "Thank God." And from the water of the cracked ice, you see what looks like a long, thin starfish tentacle reach around and grab her by the torso, slowly at first, but then she's pulled into the ice, and her body snaps in half as it's pulled through.
Crazy.
It's
We
a
tried.
fish cranking.
But those things are gone.
All right.
So all the creatures are now like at least gone, right? Barb's out of the water. So I'm gonna try to grab Jimmy. I couldn't think of his name. I just spaced out and pull him up onto my buggy thing or whatever so that we can get the hell out of here.
Give me a roll. So those are 2 failures.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You begin to rush up, and the ice is so weak at this point that it just cracks beneath your feet, and your snowmobile goes beneath the water. You are, however, able to jump off and make it to Jimmy. Jimmy seems like it's kind of a Carl situation where he can still walk, but he needs to be aided. And unfortunately, both you and Jimmy are without these snow buggies. So we have 2 candles, and only one of these 2 truths counts. So, Willow, it goes to you as I say, these things are true. The world is dark. What is your truth? And you better make it count.
Like, no pressure.
Gosh,
Pressure, no
the
pressure.
most pressure.
We might
Um,
die.
So each buggy can hold at least 2 people.
And the final truth. In 1, 2, 3.
And
and we
We
are
already
alive.
are alive.
I think that was their best
Oh,
one yet.
Maybe. I feel like there's some lag here.
On my end, it sounded good. All right. So, 2 buggies, 4 people. I meant 2 people on foot.
Right.
What do you guys do?
So I kind of pick up Jimmy and I try to help him towards the running buggies so that we can kind of hop on them.
Tell me the truth. How bad is it?
It's not great. It's real bad, but you'll be fine. We just got to get you somewhere safe.
I was always more of a behind the camera guy anyway.
I would like to request a roll right now from Jimmy because that explosion just occurred. I want you to roll your moment to check your camera to see if
Okay.
you did catch them, but you still have the footage. So please make me a normal roll. So you open up, you think, oh shit, my camera. You take a look, and this is not like we're used to, a little pocket camera. This is a big 1987 camcorder. It's got those little mini VHS tapes. You hear a really bad sound coming from your camera, and you open it up and you see that all of this footage is being eaten up by the gears of this camera.
So sad. So sad.
Jimmy just starts blabbering, but my audience demands it.
All right.
I owe it to my audience.
We have 1 candle left, which means the rules at this point are extremely different. Up to this point, every single time a character has failed, we blew a candle out and established new truths. However, we only have 1 candle left, and from now on, instead of a candle being blown out when a character fails, that character meets their end. You see one more large flying creature begin to descend from the night skies. This one is about twice the size of any other that you've seen. It has this bluish, wrinkled, dead, pallid skin and these bright yellow, glowing eyes. These eyes seem to pierce into each of your souls as this creature floats down to the ice and slams down. What do you all do? Anyone? Bueller?
And where did this creature land? In the middle of the ice, or kind of like closer to anyone in particular?
So assuming that you all are about kind of spread across the ice, I think Willow, you are with Jimmy. Benji, you're at the end closest to where you started, so you're the furthest back from everyone else. Barbara, you're the furthest up ahead, like toward the lake where Thomas was. And Jimmy and Willow, you're kind of standing in the middle between the two. This demon winged creature seems to land about 10 feet away from Jimmy and Willow. At this point in time, if you have any virtues or vices or moments that you have not achieved yet, go ahead and scratch those off because those no longer count. All that counts right now is that you have your brink, a secret that only you and one other character knows. You can embrace this brink to re-roll a die roll, including if you have a hope die. That includes your hope die. Barbara, you're the only one with a hope die. However, if you fail that roll, you lose your hope die, which is kind of a moot point at this stage because you also die.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is Gertrude, is she still alive?
I don't know who Gertrude is. Do you mean Geraldine?
Geraldine. Whatever.
Geraldine's body was broken in half and she was pulled through the
Got
ice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's dead.
One to remember. Cool.
She could still be alive.
He's flexible.
You know that scene from the Blob remake where the guy gets like snapped in half the wrong way? And then, yeah, it's like that.
And I was close to where that happened, right?
You were closest to where that happened, yeah, because you shot the creatures that were surrounding Geraldine.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some red on you.
Let's see. Benji looks off into the distance and he's just in shock of what he sees in the middle of the ice, nervous to kind of move because of the glare that this monster is giving us.
What do you do?
Jimmy kind of pushes his way off of Willow and sort of hobbles forward, his head low in shame. He says, "I'm burned and I am broken, but I am nevertheless your servant and you my audience." And he bows before his master.
Please make me a check.
And that was using my
Your
my
brink.
brink.
What was your brink?
My brink
Well,
is
let's
that
not reveal it yet. Let's not reveal it yet. Let's have you roll and see
Yeah.
if you need to use your brink.
Good call. Let's see.
We are in the Matrix. That's
All
okay.
right. That is a fail.
I'll use my reroll.
Okay. Embrace your brink and share with the others what your brink is.
My brink is that I've been in contact with these creatures for quite a while now. I was making this documentary upon their request to record human suffering for their pleasure.
Crazy.
So here goes my reroll.
That is a failure. This creature motions for you to stand up. And you're about to narrate your own death. How does this happen?
Oh, he just falls down before this creature and begins sobbing about how his art wasn't good enough and how he had never captured the moment that he wanted to, that they asked for. And a tentacle comes out, rests on his shoulder, and he sobs into it, thinking it a gesture of comfort. However, it grips around his neck, and whether it be cruelty or mercy, snaps his neck, and his head goes limp, and his lifeless body hits the ice.
And with that, Jimmy Danger is dead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that Benji.
Barbara's pissed because she realizes that she's been bamboozled, and she decides to get on the snowmobile and starts heading towards the creature, all the while she's going to jump off and light it up and hope that it crashes into the creature and explodes.
Go ahead and roll me with your hope die. That is a failure. If you choose to re-roll with your brink,
I
to re-roll.
I will re-roll.
What is your brink?
Did I narrate it first? Because my brain is...
Sure, go ahead and narrate it.
All right. No one else has a hope die, right? Okay.
Just you.
So, although in her mind he was trying to aim for the creature, she was actually trying to hit Willow to save herself, to damage and make sure she's injured so Barb can run away and he run to safety.
Go ahead and what is your brink?
I sacrifice another person to save myself.
Go ahead and
So
roll.
trying it again.
Reroll. That is a failure.
YOLO.
Almost.
Please go ahead and narrate your death.
So Barbara, she realizes that she missed and she tries to jump off of the snowmobile. So because it has forward momentum. But unfortunately, she had shoelaces and they get caught up into the snowmobile and she is dragged all the way to the monster. And the monster grabs her and then it just tears her apart, blood and gore everywhere. And she yells, "Not my makeup!" And then she dies.
Well, after Benji has seen all of the carnage and believes that there is no hope, Benji makes a mad dash to escape.
Please roll me your die. You go and you try to run escape. Do you embrace your brink? Before you have one more chance. What is your brink? Do you choose to use it?
I would choose to use it. So, Benji tries to escape, but the devilish creature notices from a distance that I'm trying to leave. So, with one quick movement, it quickly appears over right next to me and looks straight into my soul. And then at my brink is, even though I'm faithful, I will lose all hope if it benefits me.
All right, go ahead and re-roll your brink. I'm so sorry, Benji.
As the monster is staring deep into my soul, the monster grabs my neck, flies me up into the air, and flaps slowly over towards Willow's area and drops me like around 50 feet in the air. Head first, I fall and die right in front of Willow.
And with that, we say goodbye to Benji. Willow, you've seen all of your friends around you die. This creature turns and looks at you. What do you do?
Honestly, after everything, like, the most hopeful person had no hope. I don't want this creature to be the thing that kills me. And I grab the shotgun that Barbara dropped and I shoot myself.
No roll required.
No.
Because Willow, I'm so sorry. The shotgun falls to the floor, as does your body. And with that, I believe we're blowing out the last candle because there's only thing left to say.
The world is dark.
Geraldine, I can't begin to thank you for giving us shelter for this long. I know you may be mad at me, but the audience demands it. Sorry it had to be this way.
Carl and Geraldine, I don't understand why you decided not to come visit us and come with us to this other place. I mean, Thomas is your friend. Well, you know, if you ever make the decision to come visit and come by, like, we will be there. So hopefully we see each other on the other side. Thanks, guys.
All right, Carl, Geraldine, I don't have a great feeling about where we're going. And I wish you guys were coming with us. but come and find us when Carl gets to feeling better. We're across the lake at Thomas's cabin.
Carl and Geraldine. I want to figure out what these monsters are, but it's okay. I wonder if we'll see them on the way there. I hope you have a speedy recovery, and we can figure out what to do with those wounds. And you know what? If we go to Thomas's and we find that we can come get you guys, we'll try.
Let's take a moment and how are people feeling?
Oh, I just was saying that it felt like it was a movie that lost its budget and like ended in the second act. They were supposed to get to Thomas's and like be cannibalized or something.
Never made it.
Right?
Thomas's place guy.
Thomas is still waiting. He's like, are they coming?
His stomach's swelling.
I'm hungry.
That
Yeah,
may or may not have happened. We'll never know. You guys didn't. I thought you'd have more time, but you had a few bad rolls early on in the game.
So many bad rolls. Phew. No, but I think I was kind of sad that we didn't get to the reveal of the monsters that I had.
Yeah, what was
Oh.
it?
It didn't come up, except I guess it kind of did with Jimmy's character. So the monsters had the ability to control people, and
Got it.
they exerted that control specifically over Jimmy. So
That's why I was sort of playing that up a little bit with the leaving, stealing the snowmobiles and stuff.
Uh-huh. I see. Those are set up from the beginning.
Yeah, I was trying.
Crazy. But no, overall, really good game. I truly enjoyed every little bit of it.
yeah,
The creativity.
I always feel like this ending is so bleak that I always kind of feel after it. But this one really turned out well. I mean, good job, guys.
I watched
right.
a lot of horror movies before you guys did this. I knew how to die.
So
I was expecting her to take the shotgun and then pull it, and then it would be out of bullets.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
that's what I thought was gonna happen.
oh my gosh, that would have been amazing.
And then the monster just smashed.
hoping.
All right. Well, I don't think anyone has anything that they'd like to plug, right? I think
Besides the Big Bear Tourism Board.
yes.
Yes.
If you yourself would like to take a trip to Big Bear Lake in order to enjoy the skiing and hiking and all that stuff, feel free to book your tickets today. We get a commission off of that.
Wait, that wasn't in my contract. What?
But with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see what we stream next time. All right. Bye, everyone.